Hello, my loves, and welcome back to Patty's Path, where you journey with me on this path towards our highest version through spirituality, self development, self care, sisterhood, lifestyle, and traveling. So, at this very moment, as you can see, I am such in a beautiful place right now. The lighting is great, I look great, I feel great. Do I? So, for this podcast episode, we are going to talk about quarter life crisis and how I'm going through it right now. So, throughout this podcast episode, you're going to sense that I didn't plan this out, I don't have a script, and this is me just basically checking in with myself at this point in my life of what I'm going through, what I'm feeling, and probably check in again in the future of, wow, I really went through that and I came out victorious. You know what I mean? So, quarter life crisis. How did I realize that I am in one? So, I think I was catching up with some friends a few days or weeks ago, and I think one of them mentioned that we are at the age of 25, and if you kind of do the simple math, it is the quarter life crisis. Say you live 100 years old, it is the quarter life. And I was like, oh my freaking gosh, that makes so much sense. Why am I going through so much confusion right now? Why do I feel stuck? Why do I feel like there's so many options, yet I don't know which one to pick? And that's because I'm going through a quarter life crisis. And as much as the super organized, likes to get her shit together side of me wants to be like, let's surpass this, let's just avoid it. I think at this point in my life, now that my prefrontal cortex is at its peak or like it's fully matured, I'm also acknowledging that the only way through this is to actually embrace the fact that I am in a quarter life crisis. I mean, it may not seem like it because look where I am. I'm in such a beautiful place. In the larger scheme of things, my life is still pretty stable, but in the past few weeks or months, there have just been things happening in my life, especially related to my family and my career, that have made me question, so what's the next step for me? And it's such a scary thing to think about because for a person like me who wants to live such a full life, uncertainty can be so scary. And that's a bit of what I'm feeling right now. There's so much uncertainty, especially with my career. So only the people who watch my channel will actually know what I'm going through. But basically, I have been working as a virtual assistant for 3 years now, and it's not just a VA job, like it's a pretty high job in the company that I work at. It's a Canadian company. I love my job, I love my boss, I love my team. Recently, our company has just been going through some restructuring, and it also made me think that, should I still stay? Should I go? What should I do with this job that I've loved? Is it time to move on? At the same time, while I'm juggling this VA job, I also have a small business with my sister, Past Lives, and I'm also trying to juggle social media or content creation for myself. And at the same time, I recently just put up this virtual assistant agency together with my business partner. And right now, even if we have a large pool of talented individuals, VAs, we still couldn't land our first client. That's why I was like, is this even meant for me? There is a calling there, but with us being a month or two into this business, we haven't landed a client. It made me really think, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Like, there's this feeling inside me that I'm meant to live such a grand and rich and vibrant life. And I know I am, and I know I will. It's just that at this moment, at my 24, almost turning 25 years of age, there's many things that are uncertain. And besides everything that I'm handling right now, I even thought about, is it time to study again? My parents told me that, their time here on earth is limited, which we all know. Our parents' time is limited, and they were like, while we're still alive, you should take advantage of the fact that we can still support you, and you should go back to school and study your master's. And at first, I was very hesitant, but then recently, it also made me think that, hey, yeah, should I go back to school again, take my master's? I mean, it's only 2 years, but the thing is, I want to take my master's abroad. I don't want to take my master's here in the Philippines. I want to take it abroad, probably Hawaii, in a place that has the ocean. I can never be far away from the ocean. That's one thing for sure. So Even the thought of like going back to my studies or school, that's already plaguing my mind. So all of that to say that there's so many options right in front of me. Old Patty would be like, oh my god, I'm so lost. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I'll remain in stuck mode, I'll remain in freeze mode. And to be honest, a portion of that still is happening to me right now. I feel like I'm in stuck mode, but the self actualized, working on herself version of me now would be like, you know what? I'm so grateful that I'm having a quarter life crisis. I am so grateful that I have so many options in front of me that I know at the end of the day, I know I'm going to be successful. Yeah. And I think in times of uncertainty, quarter life crisis, or, when you're just going through it, gratitude plays such a big role. In these past few weeks, when I felt stuck, unsure of what my next step is, one thing that was for sure is my faith in God and the universe. Many things will change in life, but God's love and the universe's power will always be constant, and that has been keeping me grounded. So, yes, I'm going through a freaking quarter life crisis, but I know being rooted in God's word and the universe's love will keep me afloat. I also want to mention the fact that this quarter life crisis doesn't only apply to my career and the path that I want to take, but it also applies to my relationships, friendships, and how I mingle or socialize with people. In this quarter life crisis of mine, there have been friendships that are slowly fading away, or I'm finding myself like distancing from people who no longer resonate with me. And I know a lot of you watching can feel that. Like, the more that you mature, the more that you grow, the more that you work on your mindset, the people who used to just be like okay in your life, they start to kind of like disgust you. Is that the right word? No. Like, they don't disgust you, but there's just that feeling. There's that barrier between you that I don't think this is working out anymore, and you start to distance yourself because you feel like you're meant for greater friendships or relationships. So I'm just saying that because I know a lot of you are also probably going through that. And I think it's not only during a quarter life crisis, it can also happen at any point in your life when you're, continuously growing and working on yourself. So that's one thing that I'm also going through, a crisis in friendships. I had a little girls' night out with my girls last night, and we were talking about how low maintenance friendships are so essential at this point in our lives because we're all adults and we all have our own schedules. But like, having genuine, true, loyal, high value friendships that are also low maintenance are so beneficial at this stage in our lives. And so, yeah, that's that for my friendships. And in terms of relationships, oh my god, this is the juicy part indeed. And you know me, I won't super dive into the specifics of my love life, but one thing for sure is, girl, I am hella single right now and I am waiting for my husband. Her. Yes, at this stage of my life, it's funny to say that I want to get married. 18-year-old Patty or even younger year old Patty would be like, what? At 25? Like, you want to get married? And to a man? Yes, at this point in my life, I want to get married to a man and settle down, but also settle down in a way that we explore the world together, we work on our goals together, and we just grow individually and as a couple together. That's the kind of relationship that I want right now. I definitely had my whole phase, and I'm gonna be honest with that. I had my whole phase last 2023, and 2024 was dedicated solely to me. Like, I did not date, I did not have a roster, I did not see anyone, I didn't want to be involved with anyone, and I think I needed that. And now it is my second year of singlehood. I still want it to be like that, but if the right person, if the right man, if the God-sent man comes into my life and fulfills everything on my long list of standards for my partner and even more, then let it be. Like, come on, honey, I want to work with you. Let's work together and build a beautiful life where we're purpose-driven, we love each other, and we just travel the world and, make the most out of our lives. So that's where I'm at. In terms of dating, at this moment in time, I have seen some people But at this very moment, I'm not really truly entertaining anyone because I want it to be like a genuine thing. Like, I don't want short term situationships, unclear boundaries, weird relationships. Or if I'm the side chick or something like that, I don't want none of that anymore. I want to be loved and cherished. And so the men that I've entertained this year, and yes, alam to ng mga subscribers ko, mahilig ako sa AFAM. Mahilig ako sa AFAM, but not just any AFAM, an AFAM with substance. I like to entertain foreign men of substance, and I just don't settle for superficial men. Like, I don't care if you're a foreigner, I would want to entertain someone who really has high values, who has personality, has goals, is purpose driven, and is successful in their own field or whatever they're tackling. Me talking about my dream man as a foreign man passes by. Anyway, so yeah, I think also in the past 2 years of my singlehood now, my standards have risen up so much that not a lot of guys last with me. Like, show me who you are, and in a few weeks or so, I can tell if you're the one for me or not. And that's the way I like it. That's the way I like it. Because I ain't gonna settle for bare minimum love or love that doesn't resonate with me anymore. And so yeah, I'm gonna put a cap on this love life portion of my quarter life crisis. But yeah, I think there's a crisis in there because last year I was like, okay, I'm gonna be celibate, I'm not gonna entertain anyone, yada yada, which I did not do. And this year, I was coming into this year with that mindset, but with what's currently happening, and I won't dive into it specifically, I was like, maybe my approach to dating, my love life, and relationships is changing, and that's okay. I'm giving myself grace, I'm giving myself love, compassion, and forgiveness as I navigate this portion of my life related to my love life and relationships. And I think that's what matters. So I'll end the love life talk on that, but that's that. And so to end this little quarter life crisis talk by this beautiful beach, I think I just want to say that to the future Patty, you're gonna look back on this moment in time and be like, wow, she really was going through a crisis, but little does she know that her life is about to get so, so great beyond her imagination. And she just needed to push through that little quarter life crisis, and then she'll come out magnanimous, victorious, and amazing. So yes, that was you watching me and listening to my quarter life crisis by the beach. It is sunset right now. I am in awesome hotel like what I mentioned. And after talking about this, all I want to do is watch the sunset, which I will, and just take in the beauty of the moment. There's so many uncertain things in my life right now, but one thing that's for certain is I know how to romanticize my life and turn it into something beautiful no matter what. That's it for this podcast episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this type of content, please like and leave a comment below if you do. If this resonates with you, leave a comment. And you're already here, so if you want, please subscribe. It would help me out a lot. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, loves!